Hello, living in Boulder vlog. Figured I'd do one in a different place this time. This is my apartment, by the way. That's my bicycle. There's my backup bike. There's the other parts of my apartment. There's my fishy with my geckos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, there's not a whole lot of light. Here we are. So, let me tell you what I'm up to. Here we are. I'll hold the computer manually with my arms so that there's light in my face. Okay, so last time I didn't do a video yesterday because I actually bailed. I bailed on the exercising. Isn't that trippy? I never knew that I would do that. I only lasted like a few days, like a week. So, so yesterday I didn't do a vlog because I was working the whole time. I got up yesterday or whatever. I was up until like the daytime, I think. So I slept until the afternoon, and then I was working all afternoon and all night, and then I was working. Right now it's 4:58 in the afternoon. I was working all night, and then I was working maybe into the day, but I didn't look at the time, but it was like 8 or 9 or something. And so what I'm doing is I want to make the YouTube videos out of my free audio history books from Kindle and LibriVox, and so the first step is to record the audio, and then I'll record the video of me mousing over it, highlighting it, whatever it's reading, to make it a video, and then I put them together. But before I record the audio and the video, I have to make sure that they're good because some of these pages had some boo-boos, like I didn't finish it all the way, and I also need to fine-tune the punctuation. I decided that I wanted to put a period at the end of every book, but that's going to be the only punctuation. Apart from that, it's just breathlessly shooting down the line. So that'll give it a cool, at least in the top menu part, it'll give it a nice sing-songy flavor to it with the periods. And it'll help you know when one book ends and when one starts, because a lot of them, it's just the title down below. So I was recording. I already recorded all of America. That's like 5.5 hours. I'm going to make that one video, and then I recorded the video of the menus in the first section. So yeah, as soon as I get that done, I'll splice it together and I'll put it up on YouTube, and then I'll have the links to get to the certain the different sections of it, because it's a 5.5 hour video. There's like 10, 11 different sections or whatever. So that's like a half hour per section. So that you can jump to on the video. So. And then I'm going to do the same thing with all of Wikipedia. It's 23.5 hours. Wikipedia. But I'll do that on the bike. That's 23.5 hours of just the 20th century. But I'll do all that on the bike. And so right now the task I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to attach periods to all the books, and then make sure that they look good. And then record it, So that's basically what I'm doing. Like that's my only frantically, because I suddenly realized like how close I actually was to finishing that and putting it up and getting it ready. And I want it to be ready as an MP3 file so I can listen to. The idea is that like every 2 weeks, in ancient Rome, every 2 weeks they would have their fitness test. They'd put on their 60-pound backpacks, hike 10 miles out and hike 10 miles back, 20 miles a day with 60-pound backpacks. And if they could do that, they could stay in the army. And so every 2 weeks, I'm going to have the history test. But every 2 weeks, and so in between then, all day long, you're listening to audiobooks. But every 2 weeks, you're going to listen to, before you take the history test, you listen to the audio, the Wikipedia of the history test you're going to take, so it's fresh in your mind and you can do well. But you also, every 2 weeks, you also listen to the free audio history books. What? Like one of the countries or a few countries to refresh on what you want to study, because your brain fills up. I was explaining this to my mom earlier today. I was just at her house helping her out with stuff, put her screen back in and stuff, and she fed me. But I was telling her that like your brain fills up like a sponge, and it can only take a certain amount of information, then it fills up. Like certain areas of your brain fill up. And then you have to fill up another area. So if you're listening to Rome and then you're just burnt out on Rome because your brain filled up on it, and you need to expand, it's not always easy to know what else you're going to be interested in. You kind of have to have somebody suggest. And so that's where the listening to the free audio history book sections come in. You just listen to that, you run through, and then you go, oh, wow, I forgot that book existed. Oh, wow, that book. So then at the end of it, surely you're fired up to go for another 2 weeks of this new subject, you know? So like it's 2 weeks Rome, 2 weeks Greece, maybe 2 weeks Russia, and you just bounce around, and that way your brain's always absorbing at maximum bandwidth with no downtime, you know? Always downloading. So that's what I'm up to now. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like as far as the audio recording, getting it prepped, yeah, maybe by the end of the week, and then I can get on the bike and actually make the videos. But yeah, I haven't been able to do any exercise apart from that because I was doing that. Yesterday I was splicing a lot of the BC, so I just didn't have the time. I had to concentrate. But as soon as I do have extra time, like when the computer's thinking, doing nothing but thinking, then yeah, I'll be stretching. But yeah, I'll start riding the bike on the rollers as soon as I get ready to screen capture the video. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding periods. So I'm sitting around adding periods, and also the punctuation. Like sometimes some of the books have periods after all of the chapters, so I have to get those out. But I can batch edit that pretty easily. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Do a video tomorrow. Later.